In the deep, dark ocean, a species forces creatures weighing hundreds of tons to change their migration paths.
They are not the largest, nor the most numerous, but when they appear, the ocean's giants must move aside.
The terror lies not in their teeth or their power, but in how they calculate every step of their journey.
Once you understand this, you will look at them with a completely different perspective.
The killer whale, a name that sounds powerful and terrifying, but it is actually a misnomer. In reality, they are a species of dolphin, and not just any ordinary dolphin. They are the largest dolphin species ever recorded, with adults reaching up to 9 meters in length. Weighing over 6 tons, their brains are among the largest in the marine world. And it is not just their size that is remarkable, but their complex brain structure and development.
Scientists compare their cognitive abilities to chimpanzees, elephants, and other highly intelligent species.
A 2024 study confirms they possess long-term memory and complex problem-solving skills. They maintain cultural behaviors that are passed down through many generations. Culture might sound strange when talking about the ocean, but for them, it is a reality. In recent years, researchers recorded hundreds of distinct communication sounds among different pods.
These are not just simple calls, but hundreds of unique signals for each group. Imagine what this means in an environment where light disappears after just a few meters.
Sound is their primary tool for survival in the deep, dark ocean. With precise communication, they adjust their formations and coordinate their hunting strategies.
These hunting skills are not random. They are learned and perfected over time.
Young orcas observe, learn, and practice under the guidance of the adults. When a creature knows how to plan, cooperate, and pass on strategies, the game changes.
The ocean is no longer the domain of the strongest, but of the smartest.
If these facts change how you see the ocean, stay with us for more.
The story goes beyond intelligence and communication. It is about their hunting strategies. These strategies are rarely recorded and often leave scientists in awe.
Let's start with the shark. The shark, the symbol of fear beneath the ocean's surface.
With razor-sharp teeth and a perfect design for hunting, they are formidable predators. But when facing orcas, they do not attack blindly. They use strategy. They target the head or sides, creating a force that flips the shark over. This triggers a biological reaction called tonic immobility, leaving the shark paralyzed.
Just a few minutes of this is enough to end the battle.
They prioritize the liver, which is rich in squalene, a high-energy oil.
This oil is crucial for the orca's energy needs in the harsh ocean environment. When hunting smaller fish, their strategy changes completely.
They use a technique called carousel feeding, a highly effective method.
They blow bubbles to create a wall, forcing the fish into a tight, dense ball.
Once the space is restricted, they take turns feeding, with perfect coordination.
But the picture becomes darker when the target is a whale.
Instead of attacking the adult, they focus on the calf, using relentless pressure. They bite and push, preventing the calf from surfacing to breathe. Since whales are mammals, they must surface for air, and the orcas know this. They are highly selective in their feeding habits, focusing on specific natural resources.
This is not just about hunger. It is about energy optimization in a harsh world.
In 2025, drone footage captured a group of orcas taking down a massive blue whale.
There was no chaos, only organized, calculated movements from every individual. They do not hunt by instinct alone. They calculate risks and benefits.
This is the key to their dominance in the ocean.
Now, let's look at how they teach the next generation.
In the wild, most predators rely on instinct, learning through trial and error.
For orcas, the process is systematic and spans many years.
Young orcas cannot master hunting skills in just a few attempts.
They must follow experienced adults, observing every move and strategy. Indeed. This proves that survival skills are not just in their genes, but in their social interactions.
Knowledge is taught and learned, not just inherited.
In 2024, researchers witnessed adults guiding a calf to approach a seal.
When the approach was not optimal, they adjusted their position and speed.
This was more like a training session than a hunt.
Over 60 cases of non-lethal play were recorded between 2022 and 2024. It might look like a game, but it is a way to practice reflexes and coordination. This behavior is a sign of social bonding and skill development.
When a community knows how to teach, their survival rate increases significantly.
This explains why their strategies are so refined and adaptive. The process takes years, even decades, to perfect. In nature, evolution is usually slow, but for orcas, culture accelerates it.
And instead of waiting for natural selection, they share their experiences directly.
This creates a huge difference between a solitary individual and a coordinated group. Now, let's look at how they fight to survive. When faced with constant hunting pressure, they do not just wait. They react, changing their movements, communication, and protection methods.
The battle is not just a chase. It is a two-way adaptation between the smartest brains.
One impressive defense belongs to the sperm whale.
When they sense danger, they form a rosette formation.
They arrange themselves in a circle, heads facing inward, tails pointing out.
The calf is placed in the center, the safest spot.
This is not chaos. It is a defensive formation with a clear purpose.
Research shows that hunters rarely target adult sperm whales due to the high risk of injury. Humpback whales also have a unique way of protecting themselves. They sometimes intervene directly in the hunts of other species. In 2024, over 20 cases were recorded where they disrupted hunting formations.
The rescued victim is not always of the same species.
This behavior raises questions about protective instincts and responses to hunting signals.
Whatever the reason, their presence changes the outcome.
Some pods even lower their communication frequency to avoid detection.
By changing their volume or frequency, they move through dangerous areas undetected.
This strategy requires perfect coordination within the group.
Even a small mistake can expose the entire group.
The changes are most visible on migration maps. Many communities have shifted their routes by hundreds of kilometers.
Some gray whales travel an extra 500 kilometers to avoid hunting grounds.
This means more energy consumption and higher risks.
Despite these efforts, the survival rate for calves remains low.
Only about 27% of calves survive when attacked. This reflects the harsh reality of the ocean environment.
It is not a one-way story. It is a constant struggle.
Now, let's look at when the hunters make mistakes. Even with their coordination, they are not always in control.
Boldness can lead to risks, and the ocean does not forgive mistakes.
One risky strategy is chasing seals near the shore.
They use the waves to slide onto the sand, grabbing the prey.
It is a spectacular but dangerous move. A miscalculation of water force can leave them stranded.
In 2024, 14 cases of stranding were recorded in British Columbia.
Some are lucky, waiting for the tide to rise. Others need human help to return to the ocean. This reminds us that even the strongest have limits.
The relationship between them and humans is also complex.
Some individuals, like Luna, have shown curiosity towards boats.
But captivity tells a different, more tragic story.
The history of these creatures highlights the importance of respecting their natural environment. These incidents highlight the impact of restricted environments on intelligent animals.
They also show creative behaviors, like using fish to lure birds.
This shows that their learning ability is not limited to the wild. They are complex, intelligent, and vulnerable to their environment. The ocean is a place of competition and adaptation. Success depends on learning, sharing, and adjusting.
In the modern world, the advantage goes to those who evolve.
Instead of competing by instinct, invest in strategy and skills. When individuals grow, the group becomes stronger. What do you think is more important, individual strength or adaptability? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more.